Good morning, students. This is the next program based on the nested for loop, which prints a particular pattern, and this pattern is like a pattern in which we are not printing the value of the variable I, neither we are printing the value of the variable j, but we are printing the value of the new variable which is declared as k and is initialized with 1. And from the examination point of view, this program is very important, as this is called a pattern named as the Floyd's triangle. So this is a special type of triangle, or the special type of pattern which gives you the value like every time the control changes its line, the next value is printed in that line and goes up to that particular line number. For example, if we start with the line number 1, then the line number 1 denotes the value 1, so the value 1 gets printed in the line number 1. So since it is a line number 1, so only a single value will get printed as 1, and the control will change the line. So in the next line the value gets printed starting from the value 2, because it is a line number 2, and goes up to the two values, that is 2 and 3. So only two values get printed because it is a line number 2. Similarly, as in the previous case, the line was the 1, the first line was there, so only a single value gets printed, and that was 1. In the similar fashion, when the control changes its line to line number 3, the next value, that is after 3, will start printing from here, that is 4, and goes up to the three values, that is 6. Why three values in this particular line? Because this is a line number 3. So this is how we can understand the concept of the Floyd's triangle. So let us see how this gets printed, or this gets done. Over here we have declared the two variables I and j, and a third variable, say k, which is initialized with 1, and everything is going like as the previous program. Over here the outer for loop is initialized with the variable I as 1 and goes up to the 5. You can choose the value for I as 6, 7, 8. It depends upon the user. It can go up to any particular line or any particular number. And similarly, the inner for loop is initialized with j as 1, and again j is dependent on I. That is, the inner for loop gets executed for the I number of times. And in this inner for loop, a variable, say k, gets printed, and every time it gets printed, the value of k gets incremented and the line gets changed. So when the value of I is 1 and the condition is true, you can easily see condition is true because I is less than equals to 5, the condition is true. So control reaches to the inner for loop, and the inner for loop starts from j, that is j equals to 1, and again it gets checked with the value of I, so condition is again true. So control reaches to the inner for loop body, and over here the printf statement is written, and inside printf we are printing the value of k. So the value of k, which is initialized as 1, gets printed over here, and the value of k gets incremented by 1 and it becomes 2. So when control reaches again to the inner for loop from the back side and increments the value of j as 2, this time the condition becomes false because the value of I is 1 and the value of j is 2. So control does not go into the body of the inner for loop, but it reaches, or the control terminates and it reaches out of the inner for loop body, and the printf, that is the new line feed statement, gets printed and the control changes its line. So from here the control reaches to the body of or you can say to the outer for loop from the backside, and the value of I gets incremented. So this is how the value of I is getting incremented every time, and now since the value of I is 2, which is again less than equals to 5, so condition is true, and so it reaches to the body of the outer for loop, and inside the body of the outer for loop there is written a inner for loop starting again from j equals to 1. So again j starts from 1 and it goes up to the 2. So two times this inner for loop gets executed, but inside this we have written a printf statement where the value of k is getting printed. So the current value of k is 2, so 2 gets printed over here, and again the value of k gets incremented by 1, so it becomes 3. So when the inner for loop gets executed for one more time, that is for j equals to 2, again it gets executed, and again the printf statement gets executed, the value of k gets printed and it becomes 3, and the value of k gets incremented by 1 and it becomes 4. But the inner for loop, as it increments the value of j from 2 to 3, the value of j becomes 3, but the value of I remains 2, so the condition becomes false. So the control reaches to the printf statement written outside the inner for loop but inside the outer for loop, and it is a new line statement, so the control changes the line and it reaches to the new line, and then control goes to the outer for loop from the backside and it increments the value of I. So this process gets executed or goes till the value of I becomes 5. So for 5 lines this process, or you can say this pattern, gets printed. So this is a line 1, this is a line 2, and now for line number 4 the value of k gets printed as 4, 5 and 6. This is for I equals to 3, that is I equals to 3. Similarly for I equals to 4, the value of k gets printed as 7, 8, 9 and 10. And similarly when the control changes its line, then the value of I becomes 5 and the value starts from 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15, the last value. And then when control reaches again to the value of or you can say the outer for loop, and the value of I gets incremented from 5 to 6, so this time the condition becomes false because the value you have taken, the maximum value is taken as 5 and the value of I becomes 6 now. So in this particular case when the condition becomes false, the control terminates, or you can say the outer for loop terminates, and it reaches to the outside of the outer for loop, and there is only a get char function is written. So this is how this pattern is obtained after executing this program, and this pattern is called Floyd's triangle. And again I am telling you, this program is very important from the examination point of view, and this is called the Floyd's pattern, or you can say the Floyd's triangle. So let us execute this program with the help of this compiler, and let us see what will happen. So this is how the value of k is getting printed for the first line as 1, then it is getting incremented as 2 to 3. If you want to see the output as more clearer, then you can do this, and this is how you can see the pattern, which is called the Floyd's triangle pattern. 1 for the first line, then the value of k starts from 2 and goes up to 3 from the second line, then it starts from 4 and goes up to 6 for the third line, that is for the value of I is 3, then it starts from 7, goes up to 10, then it goes from 11 to 15, the next, or you can say the last line, that is I equals to 5. So this is very important program from the examination point of view. So keep learning, and we'll discuss some more patterns and discuss some more important programs in the next video lecture. Till then, be safe, be healthy at your home.